welcome to the third annual Evening of Hope event. My name is Amy Murphy. I'm the CEO of Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital. According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, there is an estimated 1.2 million suicide attempts in the year of 2020. We know that suicide is the 12th leading cause of death in the U.S., but we also know that there is help and there is hope. Our goal for this evening is to bring you information, resources, and that hope. I would like to thank you all for our participants who have helped make this program a success, and I would like to encourage all of those watching to remember that you are not alone and we are here to help and we care.
Good evening and welcome to the third annual Evening of Hope event. We at Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital are thrilled that you've decided to join us this evening. We are so happy that we have been able to partner with so many local and national nonprofit organizations and organizations that help our community in one way or the other. We are thrilled to be joined by Bakersfield College, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, Save a Life Today or SALT, the Jason Foundation, Mayor Karen Go, and many more. We know that there is such a need in our community, along with the entire world, for resources surrounding suicide awareness and prevention. But we also know that there is an even bigger need for hope. We hope that this evening's event will bring you the resources that you need, answer questions you may have, but more importantly, shed some hope with all of you. Thank you to all those who participated to make this evening's event amazing. And to all of you in our community, we wish you hope.
Hope to me means spreading awareness that it's okay to be vulnerable and say out loud that you're not having a good day or that something is hurting you, because I feel like then people can relate and maybe they're in the same boat and they can also themselves say out loud that they're having a bad day and they need hope.
To me, hope isn't specifically what I may need. To me, hope is approaching someone who you feel is in need. You sit with them, you talk with them, you listen to them. Maybe you're that one person that made a difference in your day.
I'm Dr. Nikki Damania. I'm the Dean of Students at Bakersfield College. I've been here serving our campus community since August of 2014, so about 8 years. I oversee multiple areas at Bakersfield College, including the Office of Student Life, our Student Health and Wellness Center, Veterans Services and Events Scheduling, our Renegade Pantry program, as well as student conduct and student rights and responsibilities. One of our biggest programs that we have here that directly relate to helping our students is our Students of Concerns team. This is an early alert program where we train faculty and staff to alert us when students need that additional assistance to get through their academic journey here at BC. We meet with our students. We have Master Social Work interns that work in our office, and we case manage students. We talk to them, we engage with them, we see how we can give a little extra help, whether it is financial assistance, whether it is academic assistance, time management, personal family issues, whatever it may be. We work through them and see what the best pathway it would be for them to be successful. Some of those pathways may lead them to some of our academic support services. Some of them may lead us to the Student Health and Wellness, where they are connected with some basic health services, or our mental health clinicians. Sometimes it leads us to some of our community vendors and community partners for some more long-term cares for it. Whichever way, our Student Concerns interns will manage with the student and collaborate with them to make sure that they're on a pathway. We like to say we meet with the students at least 3 times in their journey here at BC so that we have a beginning, middle, and end. But more times than not, it winds up to be a lot more than just the initial 3, especially once they go towards graduation or transfer to another institution. We have our Renegade Pantry, which we now have rebranded to the Nexus. It is the connection for our students to the community, where we have our regular pantry program where students can come and have a shopping experience and pick items that they need for themselves or their family. We have clothing, hygiene. They can come and grab some quick meals or whatnot. We also now have additional financial assistance where when they meet with our Student of Concerns interns, they come up with a game plan. Maybe they need some extra dollars for books. Maybe they need an extra dollars for a new pair of reading glasses or shoes or certain art supplies that get them through their academic courses. Maybe they are not able to make it to that rent and they need some additional funds that way. We will sit and help with them and engage them. Along with that, with our community benefits, so like we'll sign them up for CalFresh, Medi-Cal, or any other type of community services that our students could qualify for. Being a proponent of education and working with a lot of students, especially with our Students of Concern, student conduct, behavioral intervention, there's a lot of stigma around mental health and students asking for it. A lot of times it is bringing that message to them that it is okay to ask for help.
My name is Dr. Charles Collum, and I am the director of the Bakersfield College Student Health and Wellness Center. I've been working here for about 13 months now. Well, the Bakersfield College Student Health and Wellness Center is open to all BC students who've paid their health fee, and that pretty much means all BC students. We have medical and mental health services. The medical services are generally minor, ambulatory, family practice type stuff that you would go in. Aches and pains, if you might have a sprain, etc. We have 2 full-time counselors. They're LCSWs, and they are coming on as mental health care managers now. So we have them in dual roles so that we can have more campus-wide initiatives. Every student is entitled to 6 visits. That's 6 mental health and 6 medical visits. If a student needs more than 6 visits, it is our belief that we should be connecting them with a higher level of care. So the first thing we do is assess whether or not a student's issue, whatever it is that they're bringing to us, can be adequately dealt with or handled, or the student can be served appropriately with 6 meetings in 1 semester. And if the answer to that question is no, the first thing we're doing is reaching out and trying to get them connected with community services. If a student wants help from the Bakersfield College Student Health and Wellness Center, all they have to do is call us at 661-395-4336, and they can make an appointment, they can ask a question, they can ask to speak to a nurse. If a nurse is available, they can walk in, and if one of our practitioners is available, we will see them on a walk-in basis. I'm afraid we can't quite guarantee that now, but basically call us, walk in. We're always here from Monday through Thursday, 7:30 in the morning to 5:30 in the evening. If alumni want access to any of our resources, I'm afraid that it is quite correct that we would be unable to provide our resources. However, we are here to connect them with the resources that are in the community, because we still have the knowledge of where those resources are, who qualifies for those resources, who to call. You know, we know who to call and they don't. And we can still work with them and make those connections, and we do. We're not gonna say no, we're not gonna turn someone away. And it doesn't matter if they're a student, an alumni, it doesn't matter if they have never stepped foot on this campus. If someone calls and they need help, we're going to try to help them. What we like to do is create a calm, soothing environment. We want to make sure that students know that this is a place that they can come and open up, decompress. Students know that this is where they can go if they just need someone to talk to. So that's something that we always message to students, because a lot of times when they hear, do you want to see a mental health practitioner? Do you want to see a counselor? Students will think, no, because I don't have a psychiatric problem. There's nothing wrong with me mentally. I just want someone to talk to. We have people to talk to. So at the end of all of our messaging, if you want to see a counselor or if you just want someone to talk to, give us a call. And that's what we're here for. They don't have to talk to the counselor. If they want to come in and talk to me about health issues, if they want to talk about family planning or sexual wellness, we are here to talk. To support our staff and students with mental health, we have had to increase our services and attention that is paid to the employees because we are a student health center. But due to the support of the campus, we have been able to expand our service offerings to employees. Those aren't funded by student fees, they're through the support of the campus. And so we have programs for employees where, for example, we have wellness walks, because we know that something as simple as getting up and moving once a day for 30 minutes can be as effective as some antidepressants for low-level depression. So if I can get you walking rather than on a medication, I want to do that for a lot of reasons, not just mental health. So what we're trying to do is take a holistic look at the employee and meet those needs with the sort of low-hanging fruit that we can offer with the wellness walks, the nutrition programs. And we're offering those to the students and the employees, but the students do have a higher level of service that they can get from us, because they can come in and get full assessments. They can get physicals, we can give EKGs, ultrasounds if they need it, depending on the soft tissue injury. We can't quite offer that to faculty yet, or employees, but maybe in the future.
So I'm Jenny Frank, and I'm the manager of Veteran Services and Programs. And I've been at Bakersfield College for about 2.5 years. I got here about 2.5 months before we went remote. So students typically will want to start to begin using their veteran educational benefits. And when they do that, they know to connect with the veteran resources on campus. So we're on the website, and so they typically go to the website and get our phone number. And then we have them have an appointment with one of our educational advisors who will sit with them and kind of take a look at what they really want to do in their career and their futures. They'll actually sit down and kind of explore the different educational pathways that we have here at Bakersfield College and encourage them to actually reach for what they really want to be when they grow up, right? So to help them make a successful transition from the military to civilian life and to education, because it is a difficult jump. So they will sit with them and work all that process out and help them access their VA benefits. Yes, absolutely. Alumni can access our support here at the Veteran Resource Center. Actually, anybody in the community who's a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, if they walk in our front doors and they need help with something, even if it's not education-based, we're going to help them. We're veterans, all of us here ourselves. And so our goal is to make their transition more successful and for them to know that they have a support system. And maybe someday they'll, even if they're not interested in that moment, in educational resources or services or to attend college, maybe at some point they or their children will be. So one of the things that we do here to make sure that this is a safe space for our veterans and it's a comfortable space is we actually hire work studies. They're VA work studies. So they are either veterans themselves that are going to college, or they're a dependent that's going to college, but they all have experience being around other veterans. So they're our frontline. They're the folks that are out there that engage with the students that come in and have oftentimes had to traverse the same path or overcome the same hurdles. So the beauty of that is they have the know-how and the knowledge, but they also have the background that these veterans do when they come in. So they are first and foremost our front line. I ask them to engage every student that comes in, because oftentimes the needs that these veterans have don't come out in a advising session or something like that. It'll come out when they're engaging with their peers. And if they see something that might be concerning, or if it's something as simple as, I'm tight on food this month, I'm tight on money, so I haven't eaten. Hey, there's the pantry, why don't you go down and grab yourself a meal or something to that effect. But if it's more concerning, they will definitely bring us in. That is probably the best thing for these students. And then, of course, whatever services we provide them, definitely our educational advisors. They're both Marines, and so they know exactly where they're coming from as well, and they've been through college themselves, so they know how difficult and how stressful it can be, and they always try to make them feel comfortable and at ease. So if someone came in, a veteran or dependent, with mental health crisis or something to that effect, first of all, we have mental health background. Mondo and I are educational advisors, so that's a great way to triage the veteran. We have experience with that, but we would definitely first and foremost connect them with the college campus's Student Health and Wellness Center. They have a great team over there that works hand in hand with us, so we know we can call anytime, text them day or night and say, we have something going on, can you help us? And they will help us, but then we also will connect them to the community resources that are specific for veterans as well, whether it be the Bakersfield Vet Center or the community-based outpatient clinic through the VA here in Kern County. It's the support that is so important here at Bakersfield College, from all the departments, but especially for our military servicemen and women and their dependents. It really is a challenge to go from being in the military to successfully transitioning into an educational environment. Often the lived experiences are quite different from their peers. So the ability to have a space to go to where the people in that place speak the same language, they understand the challenges that you've experienced, they understand just the general experiences that you've been through having been in the military. So knowing you have some place where those people understand you and can connect you to the resources that are specific to you is so important. And there's an extra level of love for our veterans here in this building. Everyone loves our veterans, but those are our brothers and sisters, and we care for our brothers and sisters, and that's what we want to show them, that we love them, that we care for them, that we want them to be successful despite their challenges, despite any disabilities that they may have. We're going to find a way to get them through this college experience and to help them be successful. That's why I think it's important to have their own space on Bakersfield College's campus.
What does hope look like to me? That's a very interesting question, because to me, hope is when I look into an eye of a student, into the eyes of a student, and you get that moment of enlightenment, like a door has opened up for them. When they say, oh, I didn't know that makes things so much easier. Or when I get that email that says, you know, I would not have been able to be here without you. Or even as much as I'm literally pulling a student to a meeting and saying, you will meet with me, and pulling them out of class to make sure that they meet with me, and they're fighting me on it, knowing that they're fighting because they know they need it. That to me is hope, because that I'm able to engage the student into bettering their lives, and in turn becoming a better citizen, which in turn hopefully will better our own community. That is hope for me. When I see a student that I've worked with that has struggled through their year here at BC, and the next year I see them cross the stage. I am the MC for graduation, so I see every student that walks across the stage, and I can tell you there are some students who may not like me because sometimes I have to be a heavy hand. They smile as they cross the stage because they know that they have overcome their challenges, and they've come, and then when they cross that stage, I have students who just embrace me. That is hope, because I know that they will do great things for our community.
When I think of hope for people who may be struggling, I want to share with them my own story. And I wish I could tell everyone that I struggle with bipolar disorder, and I have my entire life. And it wasn't until relatively late in life I was diagnosed. And I told my parents as an adult, you know, I was just having periods of, I was just depressed, and periods where I wasn't sleeping or eating, and I was making a lot of bad decisions that we probably shouldn't talk about in public. And my parents said, but you've always been like that. And I said, yes, and I probably should have had treatment a lot younger, but you know, parents love you and they don't understand, but you go through life and you don't, even if you're a nurse and a nurse practitioner, you know what you should do, and you're not necessarily doing what you should do. And it's hard for you it's even hard for us to access the resources we need to access. But once I got in with treatment with a good psychiatrist that I trusted, and once my symptoms were under control, my life changed completely, because I went from periods of black and white in my life and fireworks to right now, every day, life is fantastic. I wake up, I have a great job, I go home to a fantastic husband, and I want people to know that, you know, I was the person who was not sleeping and was hearing voices and was wandering the streets, okay? And whatever modicum of success you can say I have can be achieved with good treatment. There is hope. It's out there.
Hope to me looks like everyone pulling together to make sure that we're taking care of any and all barriers that are going to prevent these students from being successful, that are going to prevent these people from being successful in their lives. Hope is walking down the hall here or walking down the sidewalk and seeing how engaged every department is with these students. Hope is sitting with my colleagues and going through different scenarios where we can be more effective in helping these students. Hope is everyone being involved, because it takes everyone and every department and every resource. When we see all those things come together and we see a student graduate, we had 68 students graduate out of Veteran Resources this last semester, and that's hope. When you see that many people successfully navigate this whole process.
my name is Ellen Eggert, and I am the president and founder of Salt Save a Life Today. We are a local nonprofit, the only one that is geared towards suicide prevention in Kern County, and we assist those bereaved by suicide. All of us on our board have lost someone close to us to suicide, and we don't want another family to have to go through that. So we do a lot of different things. Last year we bought a cushion for the county, so if someone is up high and they would jump, we don't have to borrow a cushion from LA County anymore. And we help pay for funerals of people who have died by suicide. And we've been around since 2014. And this year we're having our 8th annual Stomp Out Suicide Walk. It's going to be at 9 o'clock at the Park at Riverwalk on September 10th, which is also World Suicide Prevention Day. So we're really excited that it's happening then. And it's a healing environment. Of course we want to raise funds, but it's a really safe place for people to come and talk about their losses and be comforted and be around people who get them. So it's always a beautiful thing. You can go to saltkc.org if you would like to sign up. And again, yeah, we want to raise funds, but it's more about awareness. So anytime you want to do that, we have a Facebook page. My job is I supervise the crisis hotline here in Kern County. And we have transitioned. We have our local line still, but now you can call 988 24/7 and someone will be there. We're not going to tell you how to live your life. We're going to listen non-judgmentally and hopefully help you through your crisis. And again, that's there 24/7. Eventually we'll have text and chat, but we want everyone to know also you don't have to have a mental illness to call this line. You're having a bad day or fleeting thoughts of suicide, or you have a substance use disorder, anything, call us, we'll be there. And we are there to help 24/7. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and at Kern BHRS, as here at Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital, they're having, which you're going to be on tonight, Evening of Hope, but Kern BHRS we're going to proclaim the month on August 23rd at the Board of Supervisors. On September 8th, we're having artwork done by Creative Crossings. We're going to have goat yoga. I don't have a time for that yet. We are having a regional suicide prevention summit put on by Kern, Salt, and about 5 other counties, and it will be virtual on September 30th, starting at 8:30. And for those who need CEUs, we will be offering 6 free CEUs in suicide prevention. If you go to kernbhrs.org, you will be able to find a calendar of all the great events in Kern County for Suicide Prevention Month. And I just really want to talk about people think, oh, suicide. It's not a downer at all. All of these events that we're having and Bakersfield Behavioral Health, they're up events. They talk about awareness. They talk about how people have lost a loved one and changed their life, and instead of getting bitter, they've gotten better. So again, kernbhrs.org, and you can find the calendar there.
Spending time with my pets, Rico and Sally, my little fur babies, and that is my self-care. They're my therapy. And I like taking them for walks and snuggling, and yeah, that's my self-care.
Regarding self-care, I really like just being around family if I can. If we can all schedule the same, time frames to be off. I like taking trips with the family. I'm a father of 5 girls, blended family, so a lot to do with the kids. When not, I guess when we don't have the ability to do those at times, I like working out and also watching movies. I like seeing new movies. So if you guys have new movie recommendations, I'm willing to take them.
Self-care is very important, and as administrators, as employees, we definitely, that is our mantra, take care of yourself, because you are no good to anyone else unless you are in a space where you have taken care of yourself. So I think the biggest thing that I do is exercise. I'm really active. I ride my bicycle 9 miles just about every day and 25 on the weekend. I kayak with my grandkids, and we just find things to get into that are active and fun and stress relief. I always promote that with our veterans who might be under a little bit of stress, those with PTSD. What are you doing that's active? What are you doing to get out of your normal space, to get out of that funk that you're in? You have to do something proactive. And exercise, the endorphins it gives, and all of the wonderful byproducts of being active. It's such a great way to
So something I do to take care of my mental health is spend a lot of time with my family. We like to make sure that we do one family event every year. Sometimes it's vacation, sometimes it's just hanging out and going to the movies, but we try to do one thing together as a big group every year and just stay in contact, spend time with each other when we can, make sure that we're having meals together. That really does a lot for my mental health, and I really enjoy that.
What do I do for my mental health is I keep myself busy, especially on Sundays. I play soccer, so that way I could kind of rewind from everything from the whole week from work.
I do a lot of journaling, a lot of reflection, a lot of writing. I'll try and read whenever I can read. That's really, that does a world of good for me to kind of step out of my own psyche and in this outer space. And we almost always have a trip that's on the books. So some kind of vacation, there's light at the end of the tunnel, we're going to have a break at some point, and and then I think just finding the little spaces, those little kind of interstitial spots where you can laugh and you can take a moment, connect with someone, and just have a human moment. And there's not some other objective behind it, it's just I just get to be a person, you get to be a person, and we're just going to be 2 people in a room or in a group, and we'll share this moment. And I think sprinkling that kind of throughout, the week or the day, that's how I stay sane.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being part of Evening of Hope, and we are also so grateful to the Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital for inviting us to be part of this encouraging evening. But my name is Erica Brown. I am the area director that oversees the Central Valley chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and AFSP's mission is to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. We were founded 35 years ago by loss survivors and researchers, but today also now empowered by community leaders like all of you. We have chapters in all 50 states, including Washington, D.C., and newly chartered Puerto Rico, which is pretty exciting. But more importantly, you are part of the Central Valley chapter of AFSP, which serves right here in Kern County, Bakersfield, all the way up north to the Modesto-Stockton area. Funds raised through our organization support our mission with our research, which helps to develop our programs, resources, and partnerships. We encourage you to get involved with us today by maybe being a part of our board of directors or joining one of our several committees like our Kern County Walk Committee, Education Committee, Social Media, Tabling, you name it, we probably have a way for you to get involved. And we do have a great online chapter volunteer application that you can fill out if you are interested in learning more. But we definitely encourage you to save the date. Saturday, November 5th is our Kern County Out of the Darkness Community Walk at the park at Riverwalk. It'll be a really great morning of inspiration, hope, and healing. So we definitely encourage you to join us, and you can learn more at afsp.org/Kern. We also want you to check out our Talk Saves Lives presentation, which can be done virtually as we are doing right now, or potentially in person. And we're looking for people to even help to present that in your community. So definitely check out Talk Saves Lives and many of our other community programs on our website. If you're into advocacy, we encourage you to become a field advocate, and you can learn more about that on our AFSP website as well. And save the date for Saturday, November 19th, which is International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day, our Survivor Day, and that will also be another virtual opportunity. And last but not least, we have a bold goal to reduce the suicide rate 20% by 2025. And so we also encourage you to check out our Project 2025 initiative on our website. And we couldn't do anything without a shameless social media plug. So please give us a follow on our Facebook and Instagram at AFSP Central Valley, or under American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Central Valley Chapter. And don't worry, you can catch all of this information and more, including resources for yourself or a loved one, at afsp.org/Central Valley. But thank you so much for being part of this evening. You are strong, you are brave, and we are here for you, and you know that you matter. So thank you so much again, and we hope to see you potentially at our Kern County Out of the Darkness Walk. But if not, we hope to get connected with you in another way. So thank you so much, and have a great evening.
So support to me means it's not agreeing with someone, it's not even necessarily friendship. What support is being there for someone, even if you don't agree with them, even if you have a different opinion. Support is being there for somebody and helping them through something difficult, no matter what your differences and opinions are of each other.
Supporting somebody obviously could be in a lot of different ways, as small as just saying hello, how you're doing, being there every day, being consistent on the small things that do turn out to be bigger things. That is support for me.
Hi, my name is Brett Marciel, and I'm the Chief Communications Officer at the Jason Foundation. We are dedicated to the awareness and prevention of youth and young adult suicide. This is accomplished through a series of programs that include awareness initiatives for all ages, curriculum for youth, and seminars for parents, teachers, and the community. The Jason Foundation is proud to be recognized as one of the national leaders in suicide prevention. We are so very thankful that Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital has allowed us to be a part of this very special event. The Jason Foundation has been affiliated with Bakersfield Behavioral since 2017, and their affiliate office provides the community with our programs and resources at no cost. We are extremely proud of all we have been able to accomplish in our partnership and look forward to the many great opportunities that lie ahead. One of the programs that we offer is the First Responders Training Module. This module was developed specifically for first responders to educate them about the danger of youth suicide and suicide within their profession. It offers ways that they can be better aware when someone may need professional help, whether in their personal or professional life. First responders are more likely to die by suicide than in the line of duty. Police officers, firefighters, and EMS workers are more likely to suffer from PTSD than the general public. Researchers found that elevated levels of PTSD were associated with higher likelihood of thinking about suicide and or having a history of suicide attempts. Suicide currently ranks as the third leading cause of death for ages 10 through 45 in California. First responders routinely work around the clock to ensure that our loved ones have the care they need. Especially now, it is imperative that we provide them the necessary resources to care for themselves. First responders are regularly on the front lines of danger and the first on the scene of a traumatic incident. Many times, they are the ones tasked with assessing the situation and those involved. The mental toll that these situations can have on our first responders is immense. We need to be cognizant of the burden created by being a part of these distressing events on a daily basis. During the module, first responders will gain knowledge about the magnitude of the problem of youth suicide and suicide within the first responder community. They will learn some of the major signs of concern and elevated risk factors associated with suicidal thoughts. Finally, we detail some resources available to help depressed or suicidal youth, as well as depressed or suicidal members of the first responder community. The module contains interviews with current and former first responders. They share their take on the struggles that first responders have to manage, how it affects an individual, and what we can do to help promote mental well-being within the community. You can access this training online by visiting the Jason Foundation's website and looking for First Responders under the How to Get Involved tab at jasonfoundation.com. The module is also available on DVD for groups, and we can accommodate larger presentations virtually. I would like to thank Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital for the opportunity to share more about our mission and one of the many programs that we have to offer. Again, all programs and resources are available to the public at no cost, thanks to our partnership with Bakersfield Behavioral. Please visit our website to learn more about the programs we offer and how to become involved. Thank you.
To break down the stigma of mental health, everybody needs to be more vocal about it, just come out and talk. Nobody should be embarrassed. Everybody has a little bit of mental health in their family, in themselves as well. And it's a community situation that everybody needs to get on board and just talk and embrace it, because everybody needs help.
My name is Andre Gonzalez. I'm the City Councilman representing Ward 2, which is the downtown ward for the City of Bakersfield. The City of Bakersfield and the City Council approved a contract to partner with Behavioral Health and Recovery Services to provide a professional clinician to work within our Bakersfield Police Department dispatch center. This will allow us to really differentiate the calls that we receive within our dispatch center. Oftentimes people will call 911 because of a mental health emergency, either they are experiencing or a loved one is experiencing. And so rather than sending out immediately a law enforcement personnel, someone with a gun and a badge, we want to make sure that we have a trained mental health professional who can respond to that call over the phone and help address the issues that the caller might have. As a result, 76% of the calls that this dispatcher has received have been diverted and haven't had required a police officer to respond. And so we believe that's a success. In fact, our pilot program was so successful that we have adopted a budget to expand the program by adding an additional 4 clinicians in the communication center. Ideally, our hope is that we continue to strengthen our partnership with Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, other mental health professionals in our community, so that we can have a far stronger, much more robust response to those individuals, our residents who are experiencing mental health crises. And we can do that in real time. And we can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so through these incremental steps, we're moving in that direction. But I feel confident that we'll be able to really provide far more robust support in the future. Some of the things that we as a society can do to break down the stigmas of of mental health include simple things as simple as having conversations with our own loved ones and family members about how we're doing. Not just physical health, but also mental health, social emotional health, and really eliminating the stigma within our own families about our mental health and those crises that we may be experiencing. And having those intentional conversations with our loved ones, I think will help us as a society move forward. For me, hope looks like the possibility of a better future. In our community, we're in a very important moment in our city's history. The fact that we're growing in leaps and bounds, the fact that there are so many new people who are moving to our community can be a very positive thing. And the question is not for us if we're going to grow, it is how we're going to grow. And for me, I hope that the answer is that we have a much more abundant community where everyone will have equal opportunities and additional opportunities to pursue their own passions, their own dreams, to be able to realize the American dream, and they can do so in Bakersfield. And that's the special thing about our community, is that there are far more opportunities here than in many other places in the United States. And so my big hope for our future is that we continue to grow, but we also are much more inclusive and we are much more equitable in how we grow, so that lots and lots of people can come to the table and can benefit from that growth.
Tonight, I'm pleased to be a part of the 2022 Evening of Hope, which brings light to a very important topic, that of suicide awareness and prevention. CDC and the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention report that we had close to 49,000 recorded cases in the U.S. and over 140 cases in Kern County of those who took their own life. These statistics should be sobering to us all. Too many of our loved ones are struggling with thoughts of suicide, and we as a community need to join forces to bring this silent epidemic to the forefront. I'm pleased to join Bakersfield Behavioral Healthcare Hospital this evening to help bring light to this topic, normalize the conversation around suicide, and above all, share information about how you can help yourself and your loved ones find the hope that we all deserve. I invite our community tonight to help end the stigma surrounding mental health and suicide, one conversation at a time.
What I do when I feel like one of my staff members are having a bad day, I would try to crack a joke, hopefully that'll cheer them up or offer a hug or something.
Try to break the ice by talking to them a little bit, ask them how they're feeling, are they okay, if there's anything I can do to help them.
I and my counter partner, who is not here right now, we have a tendency of making memes, our own personal memes of things that our fellow employees have said, so we can get everybody laughing. I ain't gonna lie about it. We do. We have fun with it. Just give them positive energy, maybe a hug or something like, you know, okay. And
good words of encouragement.
yeah.
So for me, it's really important that we do things together as a team that help kind of boost our spirits and boost our morale. When you work for a hospital and in a field where there's a lot going on, then you need to remember to take those small moments to laugh. And so some of the ways that we do that in my department is by just making ridiculous jokes and laughing hysterically. And if that means that all work stops for 10 minutes because we can't stop laughing, then that's what we're gonna do. So one of the things that I love so much about my team is the fact that we can laugh together and have a good time, and I think that that helps you make it through the day.